Alright guys, this is not a clickbait and I really wanted to make this video for a while, but I decided to delay and delay and delay for one reason. I wanted to be sure before I release this video because for quite some time, especially after this update, I have the feeling that Fatal Towers don't feel like Fatal anymore. And there are a couple of reasons why I believe this is the case. But before I proceed with this video, I just want you guys to please leave basically comments down below in the comment section. How do you feel about the game and the Fatal Tower now? Does it feel easier than before? Yeah, basically, when was the first time when you defeated Fatal Tower? How many months in the game? Did you defeat it in the 4th month in the game, 5th month? I don't really need precise days, so I don't need information like I did it on my 322nd day. I just want a rough estimate between the 5th and the 6th month, between the 7th and 8th month, something like this. But anyways, I wanted to make this video for quite some time, and especially after this update, it seems to me that Fatal Towers they are not this end game exceptionally difficult achievement that they used to be 1 year ago. There's a couple of factors for that. And if you're asking me how do I know that, it is simple. I can feel it in the comment section of my videos because 1 year ago, especially around the Twisted Tower, I believe the Twisted Tower was not actually 1 year, probably 2 years ago, I don't remember exactly the date, but when the Twisted Tower was released, I remember that it used to be one of the most difficult towers ever, and I mean that ever. And people were getting stuck left and right, seriously, left and right. And I was like expecting something similar to happen now. So I was like, okay, should I release some videos with doing certain fights with goats and stuff, or should I even do it on my beginner account? Even though I really don't have time for this, but I was like, maybe, but then I said, nah, it's not worth, because of just one reason. And there is this main reason that made sure that Fatal Towers don't feel like Fatal Towers anymore. They don't feel that difficult to beat. And this thing is the Dragon Packs. The Dragon Summon Packs are just too good. Basically, if you have saved 300, 400 Dragon Crystals, not only you're going to get at least one epic, probably you're going to get 2 in the process, but also you're going to get tons, and I mean tons of rares. And not to mention the rares that you're going to get in a normal tower. So, maxing out a rare piece now is exceptionally easy, and I mean that, which is not a bad thing. But, on top of that, if we put the chance to get an epic from those Dragon Crystal Summon Packs, the whole picture, the whole complexion of the Fatal Tower in general changes. Because guys, 1 or 2 years ago, there was no Summon Packs, there were no Crypt. I believe there was a Crypt 1 year ago, but 2 years ago there was no Crypt. And so what I'm saying is that no Dragon Crystals, no Crypt. The only way you can get epic is 1, by paying, 2, by having the epic drop in Battle 200 or drop in a random fight. So getting an epic dropping in a random fight was a whole, like, almost non-existent. Probably you're going to get 1 epic every 5 runs on average, so that's 1 epic every 1000 fights. Which basically means that if you don't beat the tower, probably you're not going to get an epic anyways, which is unfortunate. So, a lot of people are getting stuck, because, for one thing, you had lower refreshes, so even if you grind normal tower, you're not going to be getting that many rares in the process. Epics were almost impossible to get. So, people are getting stuck a lot. Nowadays, I felt that in the comment section, guys, because I remember the Twisted Tower as being one of the most difficult towers ever. And what happened now? I literally received probably 2 or 3 comments from people saying that they were stuck and needed help on certain tower fight. Literally 2 or 3 comments. And I bet those people are like complete beginners, which is not a bad thing. But what I'm saying is that if you have kind of intermediate account, let's say you have been playing the game for at least 5 or 6 months, and you can get sellbacks and stuff, so you can recharge your Dragon Crystals count pretty fast, or decently fast, then you're good to go. I mean, those Dragon Crystal Summon Packs are just too good, let's be real. So, is this a bad thing? Is this a good thing? I believe it is a good thing in a sense that players can obtain a gear easier compared to before. But there is another thing that's a little bit underwhelming for me, and I want you to tell me what do you think down below in the comment section for this, really. The problem is that Fatal Tower doesn't feel like Fatal, so it's not really that difficult to beat, so it actually leaves a void in the game. What is the ultimate end game mode that's difficult to beat? If they give us another game mode that is completely difficult, and I mean that, completely difficult, I wonder whether you guys are going to be happy. So imagine a tower that has survival mode. Like it's like survival mode. I mean, if you lose health, you get transferred to the next. But every single fight is super difficult, and I mean that. And there is no gear for that tower. It's only skill. You're automatically playing with I don't know, let's say Fusion 5 characters or anything. It's totally up to you to decide. And then oh my god, I have Bone Shoot. And there is another video coming about the Bone Shoot and why do I have it, by the way. It's not because I need it, but I'm going to make a video on that, so don't worry. So I was saying that so the name of the game is the Fatal Tower. Used to be, and it still is, by the way, because there isn't any other game mode that is more difficult, the Ultimate End Game mode, which basically means that you have to play really well, and since the gear wasn't really that easily obtained, it was usually very difficult to beginners or let's say intermediate players to complete it. Now this is no longer the case. Now the gear is super easy to obtain, and since you have more attempts to refresh the tower, you can, for one thing, get more rares from the normal tower, and on top of that, you have more attempts to beat the fight where you're stuck on. So people don't really get stuck, at least based on my observations. They don't get stuck in Fatal Tower. So do we need actually another game mode that's the ultimate real end game mode? Probably the best way to have it is really without any gear. So this game mode doesn't have its specific gear. It's not like Fatal Tower has, or any tower actually has its own gear. Crypt has consumables. We need a game mode that doesn't have any gear. So it doesn't matter what you do, you cannot increase your damage by 1000% like you can do in the Crypt and in towers by using the thing, you know, consumables or tower equipment. Please, again, I really want you to be active in this particular video comment section because I want you to tell me what you think about it. Do you think that Fatal Tower has indeed become easier now with all these new things? And do you need that this begs the question, okay, are we going to get something new in terms of difficulty? We need a new game mode. And in order for this game mode not to become that easy like the Crypt, and even now that easy like Fatal Tower, we need to make sure that this game mode actually doesn't have any specific gear or anything. And the question, of course, that will arise now is, what are the rewards? Probably Dragon Crystals. Yeah, why not? Dragon Crystals, but no gears. This game mode shouldn't have any gear. At least that's my opinion. Alright guys, so that was a long video. Basically, I have to summarize the video now. Fatal Tower has become much easier, especially after this update. Basically, two reasons behind it. The first reason is the refresh limit. It has increased the chances you have to beat the tower at stage where you get stuck. And also you can farm gear easily in normal towers due to the fact that you can beat it much faster. And the second reason, the Dragon Crystal summon packs, they're just too good. You can get tons of rares, a lot of epics in the process, and once you get, let's say, 2 or 3 epics more or less, you are done. I mean, you can beat any tower. Even if those 2 or 3 epics are Fusion 0, it doesn't really matter. They give you excellent value, and I mean that, excellent value. Oh yeah, so this basically, in my opinion, leaves some kind of a void because you can tell whatever you want. The feeling of beating Fatal Tower was super good. Knowing how hard it was, how much difficult it was for you, and in the end it felt really good. But now, since Fatal Towers are not really that difficult anymore, yeah, we need something new. We need a game mode that's really difficult, and there's no consumables. There's no gear for this game mode. You need to play there. You need to basically improve your skill in order to become better, and at the end of the day get some good reward, but not gear. Not gear. Please, once again, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.
Perfect.